All right. All right, let's get this going. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up, everyone? What's going on? All right, today we have a very special topic. A very, very special topic. I know a lot of y'all want to hear about. So, what I want y'all to take the time to do right now is I want you guys to share this live. Share this live with 5 to 10 people. Invite them on the live. Instagram, what's going on? YouTube, Facebook, what's going on? Clubhouse, I see you guys are in here. All right, I want you guys to share this room, Clubhouse. I want you guys to share this. Asset, what's going on, brother? All right, I want you guys to share this live. I need you guys to share it because this child support stuff today is gonna be crazy. Like they might cut this live off today because I'm about to drop some gems on y'all. So make sure you guys are sharing it. Share the live. Share everything. Let me get the text number set up so you guys can get the child support deletion letter. Nish, drop the text for me. Let me see. Text. Child support, child SUPPORT 2917 810 3329 to get your child support deletion DLETION letter. All right, cool. All right. Nish, could you I need the link for let me go get it from the website. All right. So we're talking all things child support today, guys. Like today we're talking about child support. So I hope you guys are sharing this with people that you know that might need it, and you're taking notes because I'm gonna go over a lot of stuff, and you really gotta get it. You have to get it. DoreenDelavante.com, because I am going to get you guys all situated with child support. So let me just grab the link real quick for Clubhouse, and then we're gonna go into it. So in the meantime, I want you guys to share the live. YouTube, please share it with everyone that you can share it with. Facebook, please do the same. Share this live with groups, with anyone that you know that might benefit from this information. IG, share this live with as much people as you can. 5 to 10 people, that would be great. All right, just grab the child support letter. Let me throw this inside a Clubhouse. All right, then now we're going to get started. A lot of people don't think that it's possible to delete child support. I want to know what you guys think about that. People don't think that you can delete child support. So I want to know what y'all think about that statement. Do you believe that child support can be deleted from your consumer report? I'm going to ask again. Do you believe that child support can be deleted from your credit report, your consumer report? Welcome, welcome, Queen B. All right.
Hey, good afternoon.
What's going on, Queen B? All right, so I got the link up there for the child support deletion letter. Um, if you say it can, no, I do. All right, so let me ask you another question. Who do you think child support was set up to benefit? There's no wrong answers here. I want all the answers. Like, who do you think child support was set up to benefit?
The government.
All right. That's a very good answer, and you're totally right. The Treasury Department, to be specific. But let's dissect it a little bit. Where is the link? No, if you're on IG, just text the word child support to 917-810-3329 to get the child support deletion letter. So if you're on IG, all you gotta do is text 917-810-3329 to get the child support deletion letter. If you're on Clubhouse, the link is pinned at the top here. So you can just get it from the top. Just click the link and it will bring you to the website. YouTube, the text number is there as well. Facebook, you should have the link or the text number as well. So let's get into it. And what you're gonna learn today is gonna blow y'all minds. I'm telling you, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. And if you hear me sound stuffy, my allergies are acting up. It's all crazy. But guess what? I am still here. I got my nasal spray. I got some Benadryl. I got some cinnamon water. Listen, I'm getting some home remedy. So to support everything that I'm saying, I want you guys to follow me. Um, there's a case law that I want you guys to get familiar with, right? It's called Blessing versus Freestone. So it's a case law, a Supreme Court case law, Blessing versus Freestone, right? So first, I'm going to prove that child support was not intended to benefit the parent or the child. In this case, they call it the custodial parent or the child. So I'm going to prove that, and I'm going to also prove that child support does not give anyone any individual right. I'm going to say this again. Child support does not give any parent any individual right to collect it. So let's get into it. So the first case law that I'm reading is Blessings versus Freestone. And this is I'm gonna read the exact case. I'm on Justia, U.S. Supreme Court. So what this is saying is respondents, 5 Arizona mothers whose children are eligible for state child support services. Hold on. Before I go, I want to see this live at 50. Instagram, I want to see this live at 50. YouTube, I want to see 50 people on here. Clubhouse, I need y'all to ping some people into the room. I need y'all to ping some people in the room. Oh, I'm supposed to get Lord because Lord's supposed to. How do you ping people now? I don't even. How do you ping people? Mm, how do you invite people? Okay. Lord. 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 Hmm. All right. Don't see him. All right. I hope he comes in. All right. I need the room to be bumping. So YouTube, I need to see minimum 50 people. Instagram, I see the counts going up. We're at 41. We're 9 short. Let's go. Let's share this. Share this with 5 people. I got hella kids and my credit is bad, dude. To child support. All right. Logo crazy. We're gonna get you right. I'm gonna give you the information. What you do with it, my brother, is up to you. But with great power comes great responsibility. So let's get it. Let me see the numbers going up. All right. I see YouTube going. We're 8 short on YouTube. We are 13 short now on IG. What is going on, guys? Let's get into it. I got 14 kids. Bruh. Sheesh. 14. Golly. Listen, generational wealth, all right? So let's get it. We're going to build it up for the kids. 14 kids, let's go. You're creating a whole football team. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see the numbers going up. All right, we're almost here. We're 5 short on YouTube. We are still 13 short on Instagram. What is going on? Instagram, pull off the week. Pull off the week. All right. My man here got 14 kids. Yo, y'all ain't doing nothing out here. My man got 14. All right. We are still short on numbers, guys. We are still short. Instagram, we're missing 8. All right. Shout out to YouTube. YouTube got 50. Let's go. We got 50 on YouTube. We're still short. Week, not week. I got 12. Wow. So Philly God got 12. My other guy got 14. How many kids y'all got? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Let me see what's going on. How many kids y'all got? Cuz I only got one. How many kids y'all got? Drop it in the chat right now. Let me see what's going on. Nish got one, all right. 12 True Kings got two, all right. 6 Reef, all right. 2 4. Let me see what's going on. 2 3, okay, okay. 4. All right, Candy got none. Phil got 12. 4 4 1. I got one, and she's going for her masters. That's absolutely fabulous. Edwin got 0. What's that? One and done. I saw one and done somewhere. 9. All right. 1. All right. So today's going to be a very, very educational class. Then. All right. So let's get it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get. How many? Oh, you got 8. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the thing. 8. Whoo! All right, y'all are some powerful people in here. All right. Shout out to all the mothers and fathers out there that's been in their children's life. Listen, I don't advocate that you don't take care of your kids. That's not what I'm doing, right? I say you make them in private, you take care of them in private, as my guy Amin Osiris would say. But the key thing, ladies and gentlemen, is this: be there for your kids. You don't know what these kids are going to turn out to. I am telling you, I never had a relationship with my father growing up. Never had. We don't even speak. And that is bad. And I am doing very well now. And for me, it's like, all right, I need to break the ice. And when I have resentment, a lot of it too, because he was not there when I was growing up. Like, be there for your kids. Even if you and the baby moms don't get along, always be there for the kids. Even if you and the baby daddy don't get along, be there for the kid. The kid has nothing to do with the relationship between you and the dad or you and the mom. Kids, the potential of kids, like, you cannot gauge the potential of a child. You have no idea what these kids can come out to be. Always be present in your kid's life. So without further ado, let's get into it. So 5 Arizona mothers, right? 5 Arizona mother whose children are eligible for state child support services under Title 4D of the Social Security Act. So if you guys didn't know, child support falls under Title 4D under the Social Security Act. So they filed this 42 USC 1983 suit against the petitioner, the director of the state child support agency, claiming, among other things, that they properly applied for child support services, that despite their good faith efforts to cooperate, the agency never took adequate steps to obtain child support payment for them, that these omissions were largely attributed to staff shortages and other structural defects in state program, and that these systemic failures listen to words you're using. These systemic failures violated their individual rights under Title 4D to have all mandated services delivered in substantial compliance with the title and its implementing regulations. They requested board relief, including de what's this word? Declaratory. Oh, a declaratory judgment that the Arizona's program operation violates Title 4D provisions, creating rights in which them that are enforceable through Section 1983 action, and an injunction requiring the director to achieve substantial compliance with Title 4D throughout all programmatic operations. Now, that was a lot. Basically, they're saying that, yo, Title child support gives us rights. We filed the paperwork. You guys were short staffed and you didn't give us the right that we are entitled to. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to prove to you that there is no right given for child support. So they further go on to say the district court granted summary judgment for petitioner, but the Ninth Circuit reversed it, right? So they won in the district court, but it went to federal court, the circuit court, and it got reversed without distinguishing among the numerous provisions of the complex Title 4D program or the many rights those provisions might have created. The latter, court held that respondents had an enforceable individual right to the state achieve substantial compliance with Title 4D. It's also disagreed with the district court conclusion that Congress had foreclosed private Title 4D enforcement actions by authorizing the Secretary of Health and Human Services to audit and cut off funds to actions by the states whose program do not substantially comply. Let me read this last part again. It also disagreed with the district court conclusion that Congress had foreclosed private Title 4D enforcement action by authorizing the Secretary of Health and Human Services to audit and cut off funds from states whose programs do not substantially comply with Title D requirements. Now, this is what is held. Title 4D does not give individuals a federal right to force a state agency to substantially comply with Title 4D. For those of you in the back, I'm going to read this again. Title 4D, that is child support, does not give individuals a federal right. There is no federal right given under Title 4D. None. So people think, oh, I'm entitled to child support. Guess what? You are not. Federal law. Right? So now let's go down to B. So respondents have not established that Title 4D gives them individually enforceable federal rights. In prior cases, the court has been able to determine whether or not a statute created such right because the plaintiffs articulated and lower courts evaluated well-defined claims. And then it says here, respondents have not identified with particularly by the right they claim. The Ninth Circuit has not engaged in the requisite methodological injury. The court erred in apparently holding that individuals have an enforceable right to substantial compliance with Title 4D in all respects. The statutory substantial compliance requirement does not give rise to individual rights. I'm going to read this again. The statutory substantial compliance requirement does not give rise to individual rights. If you guys never listened to anything that I said, for those of you who want to know what I'm reading, it's a case law. It's Blessing versus Freestone. It's on the Justia website, U.S. Supreme Court. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's on Justia, Justia, U.S. Supreme Court. The case is Blessings versus Freestone. Pay attention to everything I'm about to say. It was not intended. Listen this. Who believes child support was intended to benefit the custodial parent and the child? I want to see it. Who believes, where's my chat button? Who believes that child support, like why it was created, was to benefit the mom and the child? Who believes that's the reason why it was created? Let me see what y'all are gonna say. Who believes that child support was created to benefit the mom and the child? Nope. Okay. Not me. The agency also violates 31 CFR and use disclosure, social security number, section, privacy act. Been on child support 13 years now. Golly, bruh. Come on, guys. Who believes that child support was intended to benefit the custodial parent and the child? All right. For those of you who said no, you were correct. Let me show y'all. And this is a case law, guys. I am not making none of this stuff up. Go look up Blessings versus Freestone. Blessings versus Freestone. You can go read it for yourself. Where is it? It was not intended to benefit individual children and custodial parents. I'm gonna say this again. Let me read everything because let me just read all of this so y'all can get what I'm saying. The statutory substantial compliance requirement does not give individual rights. It was not intended to benefit individual children and custodial parent, but is simply a yardstick for the secretary, and this is the secretary of DHSS, Department of Health and Human Services. That's the secretary they're talking about. Where am I? It was not intended to benefit individual children and custodial parent, but is simply a yardstick for the secretary to measure the system-wide performance of a state's Title 4D program, allowing her to increase the frequency of audits and reduce the state's federal grant upon a finding of substantial noncompliance. The Court of Appeals also erred in taking a blanket approach to determining whether Title 4D creates rights. Who is still following me right now? the parent, whether father or mother, whoever has custody, the child support was not intended to benefit you. Child support was intended to benefit the treasury, not the state, the treasury. The intention or the whole reason why child support was created was to benefit the treasury, not the custodial parent or the child. For those of you in the back, if you want me to read it again, let me see some fire in the chat. If not, I'll move on. If y'all want me to read it again, let me know or I'll just move on. No, it was not set up to benefit the county. It's set up to benefit the treasury. The treasury benefits from child support. Child support is a federal program that is run in the state. It's not a state program. The state participates in child support. I'm going to say it again. States participate in child support. It's a federally run program that benefits the treasury. The intent of child support was not to benefit the custodial parent or the child. It was never meant for them. That is why you are not entitled to child support. You are not. It is not a right. Child support is not a right. All right, so let's get into it some more. All right, there is one more part here. I think it's 337. Where is it? If I can't find it, I'll go on to the next case law. There's another case law that I want to read for y'all. What is it? 337. All right. So this is a summary of it, right? Five Arizona. For those of you who just came on, I'm gonna give you how it benefits the treasury. I just told y'all. It. I'll go back over it. Mark that question. I'm gonna tell you how it benefits the treasury. If you on food stamps let child support know, you don't have to pay the waive all fees. All right, that's great information to know. All right, let me read the summary real quick. Five Arizona mothers, right? Some of whom receive child support benefits are eligible for child support services. They filed a lawsuit in the United States District Court for the District of Arizona against the Director of Arizona Department of Economic Security, the state agency charged with providing child support services under Title 4D. In a lengthy complaint, respondents claimed that they had proper applied for child support services, but that dispute their good faith efforts to cooperate. The agency never took adequate steps to obtain child support payments from the fathers of their children. These omission respondents contended were largely attributed to structural defects in the state's child support efforts, staff shortages, high caseloads, unmanageable backlogs, the deficiencies in the state accounting methods and record keeping. Respondents sought to represent a class of all children and custodial parent residing in Arizona who are or will be entitled to Title 4D services. Respondents claim that the state's systematic failures violated their federal rights under Title 4D, invoking 42 USC 1983. They asked the district court to grant them the following broad relief. This is what they asked for: enter a declaratory judgment determining that operation of the Arizona Title 40 program violates controlling substantial provisions of federal law creating rights in plaintiffs and the class enforceable through an action permitted by 42 USC section 1983. Grant permanent and necessary and appropriate interlocutor, I cannot pronounce that one, injunctions prohibiting continued adherence to the aforesaid pattern and practices and requiring affirmative measures. Man, they're using so many big words today. Sufficient to achieve as well as sustain substantial compliance with federal law throughout all programmatic operations at issue. The director immediately moved to so who's talk so those were the five moms that's representing all moms, right, in the state of Arizona. So now the director of DHHS for Arizona is speaking, and they said the director immediately moved to dismiss the complaint on several grounds, arguing primarily that Title 4D creates no individual rights. So they said that they have rights and we want justice because you didn't get our baby daddies to pay child support. The director says, hold up, wait a minute. Child support does not give any of you any individual right. So let's get that clear. That's what the director is saying. The director immediately moved to dismiss the complaint on several grounds, arguing primarily that Title 4D creates no individual rights enforceable under Section 1983. The district court treated this motion as one for summary judgment and ruled in favor of the director, relying primarily on a decision of the Court of Appeals for Sixth Circuit, Carley versus Hauser. The district court held that Congress had foreclosed private actions to enforce Title 4D by authorizing the secretary to audit and cut off. So the person that asked why child support was created. This is why child support was created. Child support was created for the secretary to audit and cut off funds to state with programs that do not substantially comply with Title 4D's requirements. That's the whole reason why child support was created. It was not created to benefit the custodial parent. It was not. It was not created to benefit the child. It was not. It was simply created so the secretary of DHHS could audit and cut off funds to state with programs that do not substantially comply with Title 4D requirements. That's the only reason child support was created, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's the only reason why child support was created. So the lies that you see on the state website, remember, child support is not a state program. It is a federal program that is operated by the state. We need to get definitions of words correctly. Title 4D falls under the Social Security Act. This is where child support is. So child support falls under the social. Why do you think child support falls under the Social Security Act? This is a very important question that I want somebody to answer. Come on, somebody in Clubhouse, talk to me. Raise your hand. There is no wrong question here. Raise your hands, talk to me. Why do you think child support falls under the Social Security Act? That's how they follow a person, because it's fairly designed. Nope, nope, nope. All those are incorrect. The social listen, it's so simple. Listen. The your social security number is the key component for child support to work. Without a social, you cannot be on child support. Child support is a lien against the social security card, against the social security number. Your social security number is the number that they use to pay you with W-2. So if they put a lien on the social security number, then they can collect it. That's why it's under the Social Security Act. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Who's following? Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat if you're following what I'm saying. Child support is not an enforceable right. It is not. Listen, the director said it, and the courts ruled on it. Listen, the director immediately moved to dismiss the complaint on several grounds, arguing primarily that the Title 4D creates no individual rights enforceable under Section 1983. All right, let me go to something else. Did you guys know, right, that for child support, hold on, before I go to contract law, let's go here first. All right, I'm gonna read to you guys. Wihan is another case law. It's called Wihan versus Ledbetter. So type into Google Wihan versus Ledbetter. I'm telling you guys, everything I'm giving y'all, you can go look up for yourself. Type into Google Wihan versus Ledbetter. And in the case law, right? The analysis here requires a determination of whether plaintiff has a right under a federal statute, and if so, whether the federal statute precludes beneficiaries from seeking enforcement of those rights in a private cause of action. The commissioner urges that Title 4D Act of the Act does not afford plaintiff an enforceable right. This is a totally different case law. So this is two case law supporting the fact that child support does not enforce any right. For everybody, I'm sorry, I am breaking a lot of people's heart today. Child support does not give you a right. There is no right under child support, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, there's none. Um, the commissioner urges that Title 4D Act does not afford plaintiff an enforceable right as defined by the Supreme Court in Pennhurst. We agree and therefore find it necessary only to discuss that issue. The state contends that Title 4D was an okay. Again, who's the person that asked me why child support was created? I found another one in a totally different case law. The case law that I'm reading, guys, is Wihan versus Ledbetter. I am going to prove to you one more time that child support was not created to benefit the custodial parent. And I want to shout out to my guy, Amen Osiris. Like when I need information on child support, that's who I go look for. My guy, Amen Osiris. So, bruv, if you're listening to this right now out there in YouTube Wonderland, shout out to you for definitely opening up my eyes on child support. Now, do you offer education on how to get the child support case dismissed? Unfortunately, that I do not do, my brother. I educate you on child support. I'll provide the letters. The letters work. I've had students that got lots of child support deleted. But in terms of dismissing arrears and stuff like that, garnishment, I don't tread that road. Child support is a whole beast in itself, and it's going to require me a tremendous amount of time to study this, and I just don't have the time dedicated to it right now. But what I can give you is the information for you to start looking. Right? So, this is what the state is saying. Remember, I'm looking at the case law Wihan versus Ledbetter, right? Listen to what it says. The state contends that Title 4D was enacted to recoup welfare expenditures, to ease the burden on the state and federal facets. The clerk, no, to check the rising tide of families forced to resort to public assistance and to reward states with maintain cost-effective and efficient child support recovery operations by achieving net savings for federal, state, and local governments welfare operations. Title 4D will benefit the general public. Are you guys hearing what the hell that I'm reading? I am on paragraph 23 and 24. So I was reading paragraph 23, 24, and I'm about to go to paragraph 25. Look it up for yourself. Wihan versus Ledbetter. I am on paragraph 23, 24, and 25. Look it up for yourself. Go read it. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. I keep telling y'all, child support was not intended to benefit the baby mama or the baby daddy or the child. The whole purpose of child support is for the federal government to reward states that's doing an effective job at collecting. Like child support is debt collection. It's like debt collection run by the government. Who's following me? Before I even go off on it, like who's following me? Like I want to make sure that you guys are really getting what I'm saying. Yes, 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 yes. Hassan, yes. We have the payment plan. Shit. Hold up. Nish. Hold up. My bad. Hold up. Wait. Nishali.
I almost forgot how to come off mute. It's been that long.
Um,
That is thirsty.
is the payment plan structure ready?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yes.
Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. So, for everybody on here that wants to enroll in the payment plan, what do they need to do?
Texting us payment plan. Text payment plan to our number. And the number is
All right. So, text if you want a payment plan option. If you want to join the university right now, like right now, you want to join and you're like, yo, Darain, I need to join. I want you to know that if you don't have the full money to join right now, you can. If you've been denied for funding, guess what? You can still join because now we have a payment plan.
and the best part. Tell them the best part about it. There's no inquiry, no pull. It's just all in house.
So it is in-house financing. You will not get a credit pull. There is no inquiry, and you're not going to get denied. You are going to get approved. So let me run it real back. Let me run it right back. This evening is a great evening. Let me take a sip of cinnamon water, guys. Just let me get a sip of cinnamon water real quick. Oh.
It's the cinnamon water for me. Pinkies up.
Pinkies up always. All right. So so the payment plan is in full effect. 100% you will be approved. There is no hard inquiry. You will not be denied. I'm going to say this one more time. There is no inquiry and you will not be denied. For everybody that wants the payment plan is here. Text me the word payment plan. So you're going to text payment plan to 917-810-3329. If you want to join the university and you don't have all the money to join, you got denied for funding, and you still want to join, text payment plan. Text payment plan to 917-810-3329. I'm gonna say this one more time before I go on. You will not be denied anymore. The payment plan is here. It took us a while to get the payment plan in structure. It took a while to get it. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have it. How do you get grandfathered into the university? You have to fill out the transition form. Is the funding only for the university? So this isn't for that. So in the university, you will get all the programs. In the university, you get all the programs. So if you were part of my Do for Self mentorship, there's a transition link. Go back to the Facebook group. If you're in the Do for Self mentorship, go back to the Facebook group and say, I want to get into the university. If you are in Do for Self and you're not in the university, put in the Facebook group, I want the university. If you are here and you got denied for funding, and you got denied and you do not have all the money to join, we have payment plan options, guys. Text me payment plan 917-810-3329. Text me the word payment plan to 917-810-3329, and my team will take care of you. So now we're going to go back into child support. That was a quick commercial break. So now let's go back into child support, then I'll give y'all more information. But for everybody right now, you want to take me up on this offer right now. You want to learn with me. You want to study with me, and I'm even planning a trip where I am going to be taking 10 to 15 credit repair business owners. I shouldn't even tell y'all this yet. No, I'm not. I'm not telling y'all this yet. Just know that I'm making a plan to do some stuff with some credit repair business owners. If you want to start a credit repair business as well, you can come. There's going to be 20 tickets. There's only going to be 20 tickets. We'll go away for a weekend. I'm thinking of going to DR. So make sure y'all got your passport. If you don't have your passport, I don't want y'all to bug me about it. You got to have your passport because we're leaving the country. And the requirement is you need to be making between five and like any if you're making more than $5,000 in your business, then you are qualified. If not, I don't know. I might give 2 tickets out or 3 tickets out if you're making below that. But my goal is not to take anyone that has a credit repair business that's not making minimum $5,000 a month. So if you own a credit repair business and you're making minimum $5,000 a month, you are automatically qualified to come with me for a weekend in DR. I will drop further information on that. The team don't know about it. This is brand new stuff. This is totally brand new stuff. But let's get back to child support before I digress. Let's go. All right. So if you found the case law, Wihan, so that's WEHUNT versus Ledbetter, LEDBETTER. Wihan versus Ledbetter. We are on paragraphs 23, 24, 25. We might go to 26. We just proved a few things. We proved that child support does not benefit the custodial parent, the mom, or the child. We also proved that child support benefits the state, the treasury, right? Child support is intended to reward the states, not the parents or the child. It's made to reward the states for running a good debt collection program. Hold up. Some of y'all are looking at me like, Darain, what the hell are you talking about? I'm going to say this again. Child support was never intended to benefit the baby mama or the baby father or the little human. That was not the purpose of it. It was not designed for that. Right? So now that we know child support doesn't benefit the parents or the child, let's see who child support benefits. Like, who does child support benefits? Like, who want to know? Let me see right now. Raise your hands. Drop some fire in the chat. Who wants to know who child support benefits? Let me see what's going on here in Clubhouse. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I see Nish. I see the comments going. Cinnamon water. Yep, pinky up. It benefits the government and state. Marsha, you are correct. Is this for child support? Yes, it's for child support. All right, let's break it down. Let's go. Yep. I see some fire in the chat. I see some stuff. Y'all are getting good. Y'all are getting good. All right, bet. Let's see who child support benefits. So paragraph 24. You know what? Let's go from paragraph 23. I'm going to go back from paragraph 23. The analysis here requires a determination of whether plaintiff has a right under a federal statute, and if so, whether the federal statute precludes beneficiaries from seeking enforcement of those rights in a private cause of action. The commissioner urges that the Title 4D of the Act, for those of you that just joined, Title 4D is under the Social Security Act. That's where you find the child support. Child support is inside of the Social Security Act. It is called Title 4D, aka child support. All right? The commissioner urges that Title 4D of the Act, they're talking about the Social Security Act. So if you see the Act, it means Title 4 of the Social Security Act. Title 4 of the Social Security Act does not afford plaintiff an enforceable right as defined by the Supreme Court in Pennhurst. We agree and therefore find it necessary only to discuss that issue. The state contends that Title 4D was enacted to recoup welfare expenditure to ease the burden on the state and federal fisc, to check the rising tide of families forced to resort to public assistance, and to reward, listen to me, listen right now, listen, and to reward states which maintain cost-effective and effective child support recovery operations. Are y'all hearing the things that I'm saying? It is not meant to reward you, mama. It is not meant to reward you, daddy. It's not meant to reward you, little human. It is meant to reward states which maintain cost-effective and efficient child support recovery operations by achieving net savings for federal, state, and local governments' welfare operations. Title 4D will benefit the general public. I'm gonna just let that sink in for a minute. I'm just gonna take a sip of my cinnamon water. I'm gonna just let that sit for a minute. I am open to all your questions. Lay it on me, ladies and gentlemen. What do you have to say about the information you just read, if you were following with me, or what you just heard? You know what? Before we go into Q&A, let me see what 25 has to say. Let's see what paragraph 25 has to say. Although state participation in the Social Security Act itself is mandatory. Okay, so this is where I'm going to say, if you've never heard me be serious before, I need each and every one of you that's hearing the sound of my voice to write this down. Lord, you're finally here, bro. I tried pinging you, but I couldn't find you, bro. Now I got to start over, bro. You missed some shit. Lord, you missed some shit. So, bro, you know what, guys? I'm gonna do a quick recap because my guy just came in here. Most of the stuff that I'm about to say, he already knows, but I definitely want to hear his point of view on this. So, Lord, let me give you a summary of what happened so far. I proved that child support was never intended to benefit the baby daddy or the baby mama or the little human, right? I also proved that child support was made to benefit the treasury, I also proved that child support rewards the state for their great debt collection practices when they do it. I also proved that a baby mama or a baby daddy has no enforceable right for child support. They don't. And that they are not the intended beneficiaries. All right. So, where were we? Okay, so 23, right? Let's go back to paragraph 23. I'm gonna just go fast through this, guys, just to recap. The analysis here requires the determination. So, Lord, are you familiar with the case of Wihan versus Ledbetter?
Yep, I am. Can you remind me though? Yeah, I think I read it a while ago.
Yes. So I'm on. So we're dissect. The first one we did was Blessings versus Freestone, right? Where we proved, where we proved, yep, without a shadow of a doubt, that the intended purpose of child support was not to benefit the custodial parent or the child. That's Blessings and Freestones. We proved that. So now we jumped over to Wehunt versus Ledbetter, and it's confirming what we just read between Blessings and Freestone, right? So now 22 is 23. We're going to start at 23. The analysis here requires a determination of whether plaintiff has a right under federal statute, and if so, whether the federal statute precludes beneficiaries from seeking enforcement of the rights in a private cause action. The commissioner urges that Title 4D of the act, and we know the act that Title 4D falls under is the Social Security Act. We know this, right? Does not afford plaintiff an enforceable right. So Title 4D of the Social Security Act does not enforce, no, or should I say, does not afford the custodial parent, which is the baby mama or the baby daddy, whoever it is that has custody. Title 4D of the Social Security Act does not afford you an enforceable right. You don't have it. So when we go down to 2024, listen what 24 is saying, bro. And this is where I need some feedback. The state contends that Title 4D was enacted to recoup. Listen to this now. Everybody that's hearing the sound of my voice, listen to this. Title 4D was enacted to recoup. You notice the first thing they started with? Recoup welfare expenditures. Not to save the baby mama, not to save the baby daddy, not to save the little human. It was enacted to recoup welfare expenditures, to ease the burden on the state and federal fists, to check the rising tide of families forced to resort to public assistance. And listen to this part, and to reward the states which maintain cost effective and efficient child support recovery operations, aka the states that's doing the best at collecting child supports, they get rewarded. They are great debt collectors, they get rewarded by achieving net savings for federal, state, and local governments, welfare appropriations. Title 4D will benefit the general public. Bro, I need some feedback on what you just heard.
I don't know. You kind of just said it, you pretty much just said it. Like it's intended as a way of recoupment. It's recouping an expenditure. Like what more is there to explain?
But people think that child support, oh, I have a right to child support. I'm going to take you to court. Like, it's a privilege. Like, y'all can do it. And what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, I am not saying that if you have a child, you're not supposed to take care of your child. I do not believe that. As a parent, you should be present and supplying all the needs that your child, your little human needs. That is yours. That is your flesh. That is your blood. They did not ask to be born.
It's a natural obligation, right? And what happens is that it's converted and made one. It's made a commercial
Commercial.
obligation.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's where the neuro linguistic programming comes in, right? Because of course you're supposed to support. That is your obligation. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just monetarily. it's not for the recoupment of the state or for the sake of the state treasury, right? So for me, yeah, like even for me, like from my understanding, the natural obligation is there is no expense. There is no expense. There is no liability when it comes to taking care of our babies, right? That's an investment. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? At all points in time. So at any point it becomes what child support does is it makes it a liability. It makes it an expense. And now it creates a
Entitlement.
exactly, and not even just entitlement. It creates a looming shadow that now your baby is oh man, I don't know how to describe it. It's a tool for enslaving people. You know what I'm saying? You're enslaved through your offspring. And if you don't know your rights, it's the saying, he who sleeps on his rights has none, right? And if you sleep on your rights, right, the rights that you would naturally have, right, to your natural beneficiaries and heirs is going to be made one that you're now an obligor and they're an obligee, which is a commercial transaction.
So we haven't even gotten into that. And don't get me wrong, if there's a parent out there that is irresponsible and not taking care of his child, by all means, do what you have to do. Because some people are just not responsible. And I hate to say it, that some just like I never had a dad growing up. I didn't have one. I know what it's like. I would not wish that on any child. Parents need to step up and stop the bullshit. They need to stop. But I have seen the two sides of the spectrum where because you are not together with the baby father or the baby mama, you become revengeful. I've seen it. But there's still the deadbeat dads and deadbeat moms that don't take care of their child. It's both sides of the spectrum. It is not right. It's not. Be a part of your child's life. But don't use child support as a weapon because you are vindictive. If the father or the mother is taking care of the child, there's absolutely no reason why you should do that. If they are present, they are showing up, they are taking care of the child. Like, you see what I'm saying? But if the parent is completely absent and is not taking care of the child, then you gotta do what you gotta do. I know, I get it. I am not mad at you. Just don't use it as a weapon.
And that's what it was originally intended for, right? It was intended for women who were widowed, or in the case of true abandonment, right? Where the man really left and didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So where in the situations where men do care, like what you were just describing in terms of being vindictive, a man wants to be there, take care of their children, but he has to do all these jumping jacks and hop through all these hoops. Yeah, I'm about to drive for the next 30 minutes, but I'll definitely try.
Yeah, bro. Do what you do. I just needed your feedback on it because I know you've successfully dismissed and gotten child support deleted and stuff. So I just wanted to hear your feedback on it. Let me invite Sonic. All right, cool. So Sonic, I've invited you to speak. I see in Ifi. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah, let's take some questions because I want to hear some feedback on this. It's a lot of information to take. I heard somebody. Who was that?
Hey, it's Sonny, man. How you doing?
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Warrior? Hey, look, I'm just tapping in to let you know, bro. Listen, I'm really appreciative appreciative that you're out here doing this for people to show them how to like correct the wrongs that are done against them in this. You know, hey, mute that down a little bit right there, babe. I'm in the studio right now out here in La Jolla, bro. You need to bring your ass. Literally, listen, I'm a Marine vet, bro. I got out in 2011.
Thank you for your service, brother.
Hey, thank you, bro. Hey, we on the same. I've been sending emails to you and everything, man. Listen, I got their ass dead to rights. And I'm telling you right now, I'm literally expecting no less than like $25 million for damages, bro. Like everything that you're saying is A1. But here's the key, though. I'm coming at it from a veteran perspective. There's according to the Code of Federal Regulations, they're violating, or states are violating federal law when they come at veterans' disability benefits, right? So you can show cause to the court to say, hey, listen, this is not valid. Like I'm showing you guys you're violating rights. You know what I'm saying? It's so many rights that they violate just callously, you know, and they don't give any due process. I'm working on an affidavit right now, bro. It's up to like 200 pages, but there's a veteran. You can look him up. His name is Greg Parsons. And this is for all my vets in the
What's his name?
Right now. Yeah, his name is Greg Parsons, bro. He was a JAG officer in the Navy, bro. But I'm
really?
Yeah, when I say he has all the smoke, bro, he has all the smoke.
Oh, man. But, hey, hold on. You said 200 pages, bro?
Bro, I'm up there. These are my own submissions. Yeah, these are my own submissions added on top of the proof and evidence that is already there.
Which court?
For Cali.
State court or federal?
State. You already know.
Yeah, I'd suggest if ever anything, maximum 10 pages, because sometimes, especially if you go into these court, the judge is not going to read all of that. That's
the thing, though. That's what we're betting on. The fact that they're
but listen, yes, but again, I'm telling you, the best thing to do is make it as concise as you possibly can, so that they have to read it. You know what I'm saying? Because to some extent, because I used to do that. Trust me, bro. I used to do that. I used to put in I used to be on that kill 'em with 1,000 paper cuts, bro. Until I transitioned to one sheet of paper, that is when I started getting results. One sheet of paper and a certificate of service.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm 100.
But yeah, continue.
What's a certificate of service? That is new to me.
Yes, the certificate of service just to show the court that you've served everyone in the process and sign their name to make the ruling. So you can sue the magistrates, you can sue the lawyers, you can sue anyone that signed any action of legal determination against you or whoever made the ruling, and they don't have 11th Amendment immunity, which is saying that, okay, you made an unlawful order at the state level, so now you are stripped of your action as a court officer. And so because of that purpose, now we can take personal actions on you. You do not have the protection of the state. You do not have the protection of the federal government. So whatever monies that you've been accumulating in this process, now they are...
So you know what you just described? You described the maxim of equity will not allow statute to be a cloak for fraud. Right, what you just described.
They're actors. So, exactly. They're actors. Yep. I'm about to get their ass, bro. Trust me.
Oh, I love learning new stuff. This is new to me.
Yeah, look it up, bro. Like, they're trying to violate veterans' rights on this shit, man. Listen, I'm the first vice commander out here at American Legion. And I'm not going to lie, it has not been easy, bro. Like, I'm a graduate of Harvard and all of that, bro. Like, I don't sleep on this.
Oh, man,
but
bro.
It's frustrating. I'm a producer, bro, but it's frustrating because,
tap in, bro. Listen, I will work with you pro bono.
Yo, connect with Lord, bros. Sonic.
Listen, the thing is, like I said, pro bono. I can go over your paperwork pro bono.
Sonic, connect with Lord.
Right now, bro.
Yeah, connect. Y'all two connect. Send him a DM.
On his rights
has none.
Right. You don't deserve freedom when you're right.
You know, and Thomas Jefferson said the same thing, right? Those who give up their freedom for a little bit of safety deserve neither. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
So yeah, man.
Oh, let's go. Bruh. My team handles the email, Sonic. So tell you what, Sonic, send me another email. Say for the rain eyes. Just put it there. Like my team goes through it. Like it's hard going through 12,000 emails.
All right, for sure. man. I'm gonna tap in with Billy Jean. You probably already met him at the conventions, man, for speakers and stuff. But let's link up, bro.
Let's go, bro.
It's momentum, bro.
Let's get it. But yo, I want you to connect with Lord, bro. Yo, I'm excited to hear how this goes. All right. Go ahead. How do you pronounce it? Infi? Infi. I bet.
So my question is this. I hear a lot about affidavits and paperwork and dealing with agencies and kangaroo courts and all of this stuff, right? So it's very difficult for anyone who's not a federal agent to be dealing with federal agencies. So what I know, when we talk about the family court system, the family court system is designed and created through the governance of the Social Security, and you can find all that information in the Title IV and the Title IV-D money. Now, the Title IV-D money is just how the family court is sustained through taxpayers' dollars. So there's rules and regulations to these family court proceedings, because if you look in Title 14 money, family court proceedings supposed to last 90 days. They last 18 years, right? So now, if you're actually in the family court and the Social Security Administration is the governing body, the only way they can govern is if that child is registered, right? Aren't we all registered to the Social Security Administration? Okay, so once we do that registration, now if you did not register your child, congratulations, this doesn't fit to you. But if you registered that child, we need to understand what that action is in the registering of an asset or property. So when we go down to the Social Security Administration and when we fill out that SS5, we're giving our asset, our property over to the Social Security Administration so they can govern all of it. Now, regardless if it's done in adhesion contract or fuckery or trickery or this is what society does and deemed, it's irrelevant. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So
that is a factimony.
My question is, why? I hear a lot of these people, and I'm not pointing a finger at no one. I hear a lot of people talking about trying to go to battle with the legal system, with these courts that are all kangaroo. You know, they don't even follow any constitutions. They don't follow any ruling. The only thing they follow is governance of the higher power, which would be either the governor, the state, the Fed. There's so many governing agencies there. But what I don't hear is the number one way that I know to beat any legal craft or any legal device is to file a claim. Just a claim. Simple claim, right? So if I file a claim, no, it's not small claim court. This is actually more like a tort action. But if I file a claim, a verified claim, I think everyone should go look up what the actual word claim means. So if I file a claim where I state that that child is my property, is of my flesh and blood, is of my creation, no third party has access to my property because the definition of property is exclusive to one's own enjoyment. The legal definition of property is exclusive to one owns enjoyment, period. So claim your child as property, and you don't have to do all these paperwork. You don't have to go through all that, because once you file a claim, because in the family court, there's no claim. There's no verified claim. It's a petition. It's a motion.
So, Infi, where would you file this claim, Infi?
Where would I file the claim?
Yeah.
I would file the claim in the United States Supreme Court, not the district court, the United States Supreme Court. That's the state court. Now, when we look at the law of the land only comes forth through the state Supreme Court. State Supreme Court, not the federal district court. The federal district court are for federal agents, for federal agencies. So if you walk in to a federal district court, you're walking in underneath some type of number. Your social, more than likely. So you're walking in there underneath your straw man, which puts you on the wrong side of the court.
Yeah, I agree with you because getting into a lot of these federal buildings, you know, you have to provide some either a state-issued ID or your passport, right? But the thing is about right. So the thing about the federal courts is that there's two sides of it. There's the Article 3 side and then the Article 1. And what is prevalent is more of the Article 1, which is the administration of Congress, which is Congress's courts,
and that's
not the constitutional courts. Exactly. So in essence, like what you're describing with the claim. It's so much. It wouldn't be. Yeah, it would be the Supreme Court, but it would start at the local district court. You file
You walk.
No. Check this. Like what you just said, in the sense of what you just said, because I've had judges like straight up tell me, babies are not considered property in the United States. Straight up, while they were on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
They're not considered property in the United States.
In the United States. No, exactly. But listen, that's what I'm saying.
You're talking. You keep mentioning the United States. The United States is only located in Washington, D.C., which is not a state. It's not part of the republic. It's a fucking alien spaceship. So I don't know.
Infy, you and I think we're on the same page with what the United States
is. Listen, Lord, so I'm community. This is community trust, Joe. This is just another account.
Yeah. I recognize your voice. So and that's what I'm saying. Go ahead. Finish up.
So the bottom line is this. All right. When it comes, you can walk down to any family court in any country, and there's lines around the block. They're just there to generate revenue for taxation, and they keep people going there so they can keep the lights on in the building and keep the electricity on. But at the end of the day, nobody has a claim. So it's real simple. You want your children, you go get a trust, a family trust. You put the child as the beneficiary, you as the trustee, and now there's no third party that can ever come and talk to you. So now there's a United States Supreme Court. It's called Trinsley and Pagliaro. It states clearly,
I've heard that before,
in the annotated, no third party can give testimony on an open record, meaning any lawyer cannot speak in a courtroom because the lawyer himself is a third party, has no firsthand knowledge, is not a verified witness.
Give me that case log, and I want it. I've heard it before.
Trinsley and Pagliaro. I'll post it in the chat.
Yeah. Please. Trinsley versus Peg. I've heard this before, and I heard it only once, and it's been eluding me. Thank you very much for bringing that back up. I heard it a long time ago, and for some reason, I could never remember this case law. This is great information.
Yeah, and real quick, I was just pointing out like the aspect of the United States. You know, it's in Washington D.C., but through Article 1. Section 8, I think it's Clause 9, which is the Commerce Clause. I don't know if it's 9 or 3. Article 8, Clause 3 or Clause 9. One of those is the Commerce Clause, which now extends, the jurisdiction of the quote-unquote United States. And that's why you were describing, a lot of these state courts, they're kind of are extensions of, the courts for Congress at the end of the day. So even the fact that Title 4D is being administered through various superior courts, the family department, various superior court and circuit courts is indicative that what they're doing is operating under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 or 9, whichever through the Commerce Clause. And let me just verify. I think it's 3. Hold on.
Yeah, they're all federal buildings, so they're all doing federal business. So the only thing the federal government can do is provide a privilege. So if you're not receiving a privilege, that means you're paying the piper. You're being taxed, fined. So that's why, it's all done in adhesion. You walk in there thinking that, you, your baby's mom, the child are going to have some type of service, but the only service you're going to get is tax. That's
so,
it.
So if you can see, right, it's Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, to regulate commerce with foreign nations.
Those courts don't function today. Those courts
this is Article. Hold on. This is Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3. That was the Commerce Clause. Now, Clause 9 is to constitute tribunals inferior to the Supreme Court.
Right.
And those are the quote unquote kangaroo courts that we have to deal with today.
So,
right? Those are the tribunals that are inferior to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but we have to go. If we go back in time, we go back prior 1933. Okay, we go back prior 1933, and we read the rules of court. Rules of court. Okay, so when we read the rules of court,
rules of civil procedure, right?
What's that?
You're talking about the rules of civil procedure?
Those are civil procedures. So your civil procedures is your civics or your civil side of things, right? So if the word civil is in there, you automatically know that's a federal court, because only the federal court can provide you with civics. Right? Go look up the word civics. The word civics automatically means legal and contract, equity. So civics, civil, all these words just mean equity. They just mean contracts, right? So if you're inside any type of civil proceeding, that means you're contracted, and more than likely, most people don't know how they contract, so now it's adhesion contract, and you're the bottom of the pile. So you're the one that's going to pay the bill. So you're either going to go to jail, you're going to get fines, something's going to happen to you, physically. That's a kangaroo court. That's a kangaroo court, right? You were in the military, so that's a military court. It's not a civilian court.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I'm not beating them on the basis that they're bringing me in saying, hey, you owe this, pay us through this court. No, I'm beating them on the raw fact on the code of federal regulations that they don't have jurisdiction. If you made if it's a veteran and he's only receiving...
They do have jurisdiction.
No. Let me explain it to you. The reason that they don't have jurisdiction is because of the fact that no state court make a ruling on a federal benefit that's entitled to a veteran. And even if they did, the only way that they would do it is if a veteran has 20 years of active military service. If this veteran does not do 20 years at least, and then waives, the stipulation is this veteran literally has to waive a portion of their retirement, pension, disability benefit. Their benefit for retirement over to where now the boost is actually going into their disability benefit. But now if a veteran is only receiving that, then that does not apply. Yes, they can make any law that says, hey, they do this, but the only jurisdiction that any court has, they don't have any. The person that does, or the organization that does, is the Department of Veterans Affairs. And it's actually it's the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs that actually makes the rulings. And the only way that the baby mother or the custodial parent could make any aspect to a disability claim as used in being made for the ruling to essentially is called an apportionment. If they don't do that, bro, listen, you can look it up. Go into the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Yeah, but see, the thing is this: you're a veteran, and you're using the veteran approach to this.
Hell yeah, and that's the way you win, because you're going to literally show.
Veterans.
Go ahead.
Listen, all veterans fit underneath.
But what about those that are not veterans?
Right, the ones that are not veterans. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't say and use veterans for anything, because what you're doing is you're acknowledging that you are a second-class citizen, that you are owned by the federal government. You're saying, hey, I have a contract with the United States, and I've provided services to the United States, and now I should be receiving benefits from the United States as a veteran. So no matter what, it's all federal It is all federal. So now when you go, just like when you go down to the Social Security Administration and you register these children, you're making these children federal assets or federal agents, right? It doesn't matter what contract you signed out of, because at the end of the day, right, when you left the Army or the Navy or whatever you were in, whatever service you provide, and thank you for the service, of course, right? So for whatever service you provide, all those documents that you have, those are all bonds, securities, negotiable instruments that you don't own. Because I'm assuming that you didn't go out and authenticate any of these documents so that you can actually be the owner of these documents. And then you can now say, hey, look, I'm the owner of it. Because I'm the owner of it, I'm the one who's in holder in due course. Now I have the ability and the right, I'm not using the word privilege, because if you don't do these documents, you only have a privilege. So as you having this privilege, yeah, you can go to this federal district court, you can go inside the federal court, and you could plead your case. But at the end of the day, guess what? You're saying I'm a veteran to the United States, where you should now be in a military tribunal.
Right. And the thing is, because they, one moment, because they have not given that due process, because they did not actually allow.
They don't have to.
No, actually they do. It's called due process. They don't give you. No, I'm telling you, sir. I can forward you these documents that veterans have already got.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hear my thoughts. I can literally show you right now PDF. I will send you a link to my actual documents that show there are veterans in multiple states that are beating child support and they're getting paid damages for this crap. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're not assigned, you have to literally be an accredited VA appointed attorney and or organization in order to make any ruling and or any aspect related to a veteran's disability benefit. But now if a court goes in there, and this counts for anything, so if a court goes in there and you're a veteran and you got like your school benefits, you know, I went to college, but they'll pay you a stipend to go to college with the GI Bill like that. But
yes, they will.
Will go and try to say, oh, if you're dealing with a baby mama, she see you making bread off that. True, firsthand, I dealt with this. Literally, they'll try to say, oh, well, he making this, that, and the third. Well, they ain't got nothing to do with it, because it's not money that's actually jurisdiction. You're not even an accredited attorney and or organization or lawyer that's accredited through the VA. If you do present me these papers and or accreditations that support your claim in order to make any rulings over this, if you don't have that jurisdiction, well then you're already in violation. You're in violation, and I got your ass dead to rights. That's literally what I'm dealing with right now. I got around maybe 8 of them I'm about to go in there and take, and they don't have 11th Amendment judicial immunity. They don't have it. Because
so, Sonic, hold on real quick. So, Sonic and Infi, I want to hear your feedback on this real quick, right? Lord's on the phone. I want to hear your feedback on this. So, I'm still on the case law with Wihan versus Ledbetter. And on paragraph 25, right? It's very interesting. It says, although state participation in the Social Security Act itself is mandatory, participation by a state in the Title 4D program is voluntary. It is enacted pursuant to the spending power of Congress. Case law, interpretation of Congress power of legislative pursuant the spending power has recognized that when Congress fixes the terms on which it shall distribute federal money to the state, it is much in the nature of a contract. In return for federal funds, the states agree to comply with federally imposed conditions.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Say again?
I agree with it 100%. And the way it works is because in every state, you have a federal side and you have a state side. Most people are not on the state side. So now the state needs to generate revenue. But the problem is the state runs in lawful currency. It runs de jure. So the only way for you to deal with the state is without Federal Reserve notes. right? So now, like I was saying, if we go prior to 1933 and we go to the rules of court on what it takes to actually do a case or to bring suit, we would have to go and bond ourselves, right? So it used to be one gold piece. It used to be an ounce of gold. You go in there with an ounce of gold, and you can either crack it in half, give the clerk half, you keep half. So that was your bond, right? So that was done in proper equity, because there was true money being exchanged.
Yep.
Ever since 1933 and the bankruptcy, and ever since the Federal Reserve took full advantage and control over the money, there's no money in circulation. So if there's no money in circulation, there's no true court functioning, because you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it in a lawful species. Lawful species is not being dealt. It's only Federal Reserve notes. So we can go and just look up the definition of lawful money.
Yes,
Lawful
coin of
money
silver, coin of silver,
anything
coin of gold.
issued by the Treasury and not the Federal Reserve. And not the Federal Reserve. So if you want a real court with a real judge, now you're talking about a common law court. So you would need 23 jurors or more, and you would need to pay the $400 or $450 in gold or silver to actually bring this suit. And then everything changes. But we don't live and deal in that society. So most people live inside their zip code. So if I ask you what's your address or what's your residence or what's this, what's that, more than likely, 99% of people are going to give me a federal jurisdiction. So automatically the federal government has jurisdiction because you just gave me their contract. There goes your license, there goes your residence, there goes your zip codes, there goes your birth certificate, there goes your high school diploma, there goes your social security, insurance, anything. If it's not a trust, it's federal. Your car, federal. Look at the document. It's a federal document. It's not the manufacturer's certificate of ownership. It's a state document from some federal organization.
But you can beat that, though, just by having multiple, being a dual citizen. Just get a citizenship in another country. And you don't
need. Citizenship is the problem. Citizenship means automatically that you're federal.
Right, but if you're a citizen of Mexico or a different country, then you just show them that passport. Well, yeah, but it's still tied to it, but they can't hold you to the same thing.
This is what happens if you pull out a Mexican passport inside the United States. They're going to deport your ass back to Mexico.
All right. So
if we actually go,
Envy, hold on. I'm gonna reset real quick. I'm gonna reset real quick.
If we go to the DS11, right? The DS11.
What's the DS11?
That's the actual application for the passport. So let me just post it. So like that, we can all be on the right page.
Yeah. Let's cover this. Then I'm gonna reset real quick, and we're gonna dive back into child support.
This is like, most people, if you have a passport and you know what, you didn't read this. I think that's one of the biggest issues is people, they start signing these documents and they have no real understanding of what they're signing. Just give me 1 second. I'm about to post this. All right, so check this out. All right, if we click on that link and we go to the actual application, all right, and we can go down to where it says the penalty of perjury. So that's page 1 of 2. You go down to right above where you sign it, and it says, I declare. Hold on. It says, I declare under penalty of perjury of all the following. Number 1, I am a citizen or non-citizen national of the United States. So that's the key, and it's a choice. So it says, I am a citizen or, remember that or gives you a choice. Non-citizen national of the United States. Non-citizen means non-federal. So if you have this passport with an affidavit filled out correctly and you get a national passport, they won't even let you into the family court. because you're an actual state citizen. The federal government cannot touch state citizens because state citizens, all our rights are intact at all times because the state constitution, every state, there's 50 states, people, and the United States, and DC is not one of them. There's 50 republic states, all de jure, and the constitution of the state and each individual state is almost an exact replica of the organic constitution for the United States of America. So when we talk about these constitutions, most people are referring to a federal United States constitution, automatically putting you in a federal jurisdiction, meaning the federal government now has authority over their property because you just said and gave up your state ability.
Man, this is sheesh. Am I the only one here that has like? Can we have some fire in the chat right now?
He's speaking.
Yo, hold on, bro. I need everybody right now to recognize that Infi just dropped a world load of information just now. Like, let's get some fire in the chats. I want to see some fire in the chat for the information that this king just gave us. He didn't have to do it at all, because it's my first time meeting him.
I gotta do it. People gotta learn. No matter what, people gotta learn because it's our fault. It's our fault. It's our fault because we are incompetent. We are unlettered. All of us. Because the educational system is fucked up. Because our parents were fucked up. Because society is fucked up. Because fucking the Indians, the white man, the black man, the yellow man, everything's fucked up. Shit ain't right. Shit is not right. All because
Information.
of our education.
Information.
It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up, and it needs to be recycled, meaning evaluated. And not with cancel culture and not with these fucking crazy ass faggots who think they know everything and their opinion is yo, I ain't got time for that shit.
Hey, I just want to add this to it, man.
Hold on, Sonic. I'm not gonna veer down this rabbit hole too much because I don't want to change the trajectory of the room because I do have to leave at 7. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna go over the child support deletion letter. And what I would want us to do is I want us to plan a room for this, specifically for this.
Let's do it.
So, Infi, I sent you a DM. I want you to DM me. We're gonna plan a room for this. This is a great topic for an extensive discussion.
Yeah. Listen, I got somebody that I need to go into a room real quick. But on the child support, listen, anyone got child support? How many people in this room? Listen, all you got to do, I'm going to tell you how to do it. You want to bust child support up, you ain't got to do nothing but one form. You put it on a 1099-A. All right? This is how you're going to fill out the 1099-A. You're going to put yourself as the lender, so you go on top, and you can use that social they gave you. Put that social down. Okay? And then on the bottom of that form, it's going to ask you who the borrower is. All right? So whoever sends you that bill in the mail, you're going to put their name down as they're the borrowers, and you're going to put the case number inside of where they ask you for their social or their EIN. So it's your name on top, your social, or whatever number you want to give them. If you got trusts and other EINs, use whatever the fuck you want. Don't make a difference. And then the borrower is more than likely your child support. It's coming out of the tax and finance department of whatever state you're in or county you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be them that you're sending it to. And you put the case number down. So on the actual document or bill or voucher or coupon or whatever they send you, there's a case number. You put that case number down inside where they ask you for their social, mail that over to the IRS. You don't really got to fill anything else out. You could put the amount that they're asking you for and the opening and closed amounts and send that over to the IRS, and your shit is done within 45 days. They won't be sending you any more letters.
That is interesting. That is very interesting.
If you want to take it one step further, you can now, you're going to have to do forms with the IRS because most people, the IRS looks at you as a debtor. So until you're not a debtor anymore, until the IRS recognizes you as either a creditor or a trust, they won't deal with you. But there are forms that you can put in to the IRS to where they will deal with you, and you can actually recuperate all the money that they're asking you for. So if you owe $50,000 in child support, you can throw that on an A, and now you're acting as a remittance. So you're just recycling it back to you. Because at the end of the day, you're the utility. You've created the funds.
Drops mic. Thank you.
That's a 1099-A, guys. Just do that.
Thank you.
You don't got to go through the courts and none of that shit. Stop trying to be a lawyer, because that's the worst part about it. Everyone thinks they can read a code or read something and then go inside these kangaroo courts that don't run on law. They run on procedure. So if you don't know the procedure, meaning you don't know that internal game, because every court is different. If you don't know their specific game that they're playing, you lost. And I don't care what you say, what documents you put, you're in the wrong venue. So the only way we can win against any agent is through tort, T-O-R-T. It's a tort action filed in the state Supreme Court, and all the immunity and all this federal shit, don't worry about it. You bring them down into a tort action, which means somebody created a wrong. So now the family court judge, she created a wrong. She created a wrong because she got involved into your family, because love is law and family is business. She got involved into your business and then tried to profit off of you. And you can hold her accountable, and you can hold the baby's mama accountable, because the baby's mama broke trust, because you and her came together in union. Okay, you came together in union. The family court wasn't there when you was banging around. Okay, now the family court is all up in your shit talking about you need to do this, and the third. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Everyone can get sued all the way down the list, even your baby's mom, yo. You sued her for breaking contract. That's breach of contract. Because she went out deliberately and got a third-party intervener in your business. You can't do that. So all this trying to go against the court, now fuck that. Go against the baby's mama, yo. So you can stop all these bitches from doing this. Yeah, so what? Because this is how I know my shit. Because I went inside the family court and I said, yo, you know what? All fun and games is over. The child is my property. Who are you, and you? I need to know your nationality. I need to know your oath of fucking office. I need to have all this shit right now. And they said, oh, you think you're one of those? I said, no. My child is my property. We have a paternity test, so you know it's of my DNA. You know it's of my flesh and blood. Is it of your flesh and blood? No, it's not. So get the fuck out of my business. It's just that simple, people. And if they don't want to get out of your business, you go down to the Supreme Court. State Supreme Court. You go in there and you file a claim. Just that simple. You pay your little $400 and you make a claim. The claim, this is my property. Anyone who does not own the property or has right to the property needs to leave.
So you're saying, Infi, you're saying the claim changes the dynamic of the situation.
Go look up the word claim. Just go look at the definition of the word claim. And I tell you like this, if you go inside of any kangaroo court, there's no claim. It's a petition. You know what the word petition means? The word petition, the etymology, the root petition, it's a French word that means whiny old bitch. You know that lady that sits in her window always screaming? She's petitioning. That's a petition. You know what a motion is? A motion is you asking the court for permission. You're asking the court to motion, to do something, to act. They can deny all of it because they're procedural documents. They don't mean nothing. You walk into a court with a claim, or you ask for a claim. You got a traffic ticket, you in the traffic court? Ask them for a claim, a verified claim. Because the witness in a traffic court is the cop, and the injured party is the state general attorney. So the cop works for the state, well, the federal government. The cop pulls you over. The cop produces a fine. That's called entrapment. Matter of fact, the mob did that shit. That's called strong arming. Because when you don't pay your fine, they take away your driver's license, your registration, they take away all your privileges. And in the Constitution, Section 1, Section 8, Clause 3, I think, no bills of attainder shall be passed. No bills of attainder. Every traffic ticket is what's called a writ of execution, a writ of assistance. That's a bill of attainder. It's a bill of attainder. All your utility bills of attainder.
Got you. So, Infi, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna reset. I got 15 minutes before I get out of here. We need a part 2 for this. This room opens every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not sure what time zone you're in, but I DM'd you. I definitely want to have a conversation with you. Let's build and plan a room. I definitely want to explore this a lot more. This area is not my area of speciality. I don't focus in this area, but this area is a great area that has a lot of enlightenment. So if you're okay with doing a room, I'd definitely like to get a room going one of these Fridays with you where you can share more of this information. So if you're open to a part 2, I'm open to a part 2 for this.
Yeah, I got no problem.
All right, bro. So I DM'd you. I'm gonna wrap up here. I got 14 minutes now before I got to split. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my presentation. Then I'm gonna head on out. All right, brother.
Peace, man.
Peace be unto you, my brother. That was some great information, and I hope everybody here was taking notes. I hope y'all wasn't just here just listening and not taking notes. So on the fact of child support, now that I'm going to finish, 2 things that I want you guys to take into consideration. The information that they use to put you on child support. Where did that information come from? Like, who gave them the information about you for it to use against you? I'm going to say this one more time. Who used your information, driver's license, social security card, whatever it was? And then the next question is, did you give permission? I want y'all to comprehend something. There is more than one way to get to the same destination. There is more than one way to get to the same destination. So if you didn't give a person permission and an identification of you was used for something that you did not do, that is called identity theft. So let's see what the definition of identity theft means. So if you go to 15 USC 1681Q. Let's go to 1681Q. And when you go down to 1681Q, it's going to talk about obtaining information, right? So now, what does that mean? Any person, and we know the definition for what a person is. A person means any individual, partnership, cooperation, trust, estate, cooperative, association, government, or governmental subdivision or agency. So that encompasses everyone, right? So now we know what the definition of a person is. So it says any person who knows. So let me I might have skipped something real quick that I think some of y'all went over some of y'all heads. You know, it says government or governmental agency or subdivision. It says government, governmental subdivision or agency. Child support is run by the federal government. So the word person includes any government, subdivision, or agency. So now no one is exempt. So it says any person who knowingly and willfully obtains information on a consumer from a consumer reporting agency under false pretenses shall be fined under Title 18. Well, under false pretenses, well, let's explore child support a little more. under false pretenses. What is the purpose? Like, I want y'all to pay attention. What is the purpose of child support? The purpose of child support. You know what? Let me not paraphrase. Let me read it for y'all, because I need y'all getting the right information. The state contends that Title 4D was enacted to recoup welfare expenditures to ease the burden on the state and federal FRISC, to check the rising tide of families forced to resort to public assistance, and to reward states which maintain cost effective and effective child support recovery operations by achieving net savings for federal, state, and local governments. Welfare operations, Title 4D will benefit the general public. Did anything in what I just read said that child support was going to benefit the custodial parent or the child? I want y'all to think about this. Did anything that I just read say that you are going to be benefited, the custodial parent or the custodial or the child is going to get benefit from it? Nothing in that says it. And when you go over the blessings versus freestone, it spoke about the intended beneficiaries of the child support is not the custodial parent. So we know that it's not to benefit the mom or the dad. So let's go back to the definition of obtaining information under false pretenses. It says any person who knowingly and willfully obtains information on a consumer from a consumer reporting agency under false pretenses. So they're saying, so right now, let me go on New York State Child Support website and see what it says. New York State Child Support. Let's go on their website. Let me see what's on there. I'm in New York State. The child support program, listen to this. The child support program provides custodial parents with assistance in obtaining financial support and medical insurance coverage for their children by locating parents, establishing parentage, establishing support orders, and collecting and distributing child support payments. Well, that's not what the case says. See, the website is saying something totally different than what the Supreme Court is saying. So you are not trying to put the non-custodial parent on child support to provide benefits for the child, to support the child for medical and all of that you're saying on the website. That's not the reason why the state is doing it. It's clear right here in the case law. It says, where is it? To reward states. So states have, what's the word that I'm looking for? States have an interest. There is an interest. There is a financial interest. There is a financial interest by the state because the state is rewarded from the federal government for child collection. Are y'all following what I'm saying? So if the state has a financial interest, it simply means that if your report was pulled and they put child support on your credit report, that is under false pretenses, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is identity theft. All right, let me break this down again. I really want y'all to stay with me. Stay with me. Obtaining information under false pretenses. Any person who knowingly and willfully obtains information on a consumer from a consumer reporting agency under false pretenses shall be fined under Title 18, imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both. Right? That's what it says. That's what it says. So now, I'm in New York. You can look on your state child support website. Go to your state child support website. I went to mine in New York. And this is what it's saying. The child support program provides custodial parents with assistance in obtaining financial support and medical insurance coverage for their children by locating parents, parentage, establishing support orders, and collecting and distributing child support payments. That is a total lie. That is not what they're doing. This on the New York State website is a lie. That is not what the court case just said. The court case says Title 4D was enacted to recoup welfare expenditures. It did not say it's benefiting a child or a parent or medical. It did not say that. So your state website, you're going to see that your state website is actually lying. So now we know that they obtained the information under false pretenses. So you know it's identity theft. So let's go to identity theft. 18 USC 1028. And when we go to 1028, we're going to go down to number 4, right? So 1028 says Title 18. If you know what Title 18 is, Title 18 is where it talks about people going to jail. And Title 18 says fraud and related activity in connection with identification documents, authentication features, and information. And when you go down to 4, it says, A says, whoever in a circumstance described in subsection C of this section. And number 4 says, knowingly possesses an identification document other than one issued lawfully for the use of the possessor, authentication feature, or a false identification document with the intent such document or feature to be used or defraud the United States. Your social is an identification of you. So let's go to 1028A. So when you go to 1028A, 1028A says this. Aggravated identity theft offenses. Whoever during in a relation to any felony enumerated in subsection C knowingly transfers, possesses, or uses without lawful authority a means of identification of another person shall, in addition to the punishment provided for such felony, be sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 2 years. Doreen, what are you saying? Child support was not intended to benefit the custodial parent. Child support was not intended to benefit the child. Child support was created to benefit the Treasury because they said it clear here in the case law of Wihan versus Ledbetter. The state contends that Title 4D was enacted to recoup welfare expenditure. So how are they saying that they are doing this for the benefit of the parent when the parent is not the intended beneficiary or the child for child support? They have a financial interest. It is 18 USC 1028 and 1028A, as in 1028 alpha. They have a financial interest. That is all. They have a financial interest because when they do successful collection of child support, they get rewarded. They have a financial interest. So they did obtain the information under false pretenses. So now, ladies and gentlemen, that we know all of this stuff, this is what your letter should sound like. Your letter should sound something like this. So this letter is going to be addressed to the whoever the head of the DHHS is, whoever that person is, or you address it directly to the child support agency that has the account on your consumer report. This is a notice to inform you that you unlawfully reported an unauthorized account on my consumer report. I recently received communication from you attempting to collect the above listed alleged debt. Your initial communication to me in attempt to collect the alleged debt was within 30 days ago. Please be advised that I hereby dispute the validity of the alleged debt listed above in its entirety. Further, I request verification, validation, and proof that this alleged debt and child is mine. You need to prove your claim. In addition, I want proof of a copy of a contract. Child support is contract law. You have to be enrolled in the program. Obligation means contract. Legal duty to perform. Where is the contract? Where am I? The contract or agreement. Said contract or agreement must be with the original creditor and signed by all parties involved. You are illegally attempting to collect on the above listed alleged debt and money that I do not owe. Excuse me. Cease and desist all collection activities, including all reporting to the consumer reporting agencies promptly. Request deletion of any and all prior reporting made to the consumer reporting agencies. If you comply with my request within 14 days, then you are excused from verification. I have not given you written permission to put anything on my consumer report. According to 15 USC 1681B, permissible purpose. In general, subject to subsection C, any consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other, in accordance with the written instructions of the consumer to whom it relates. You have no permissible purpose by law to contact third parties with my private or personal information. 15 USC 1681A4 speaks on a consumer's right to privacy. 15 USC 1692 speaks further on the consumer's right to individual privacy, the Privacy Act. You have violated my rights to privacy under the FCRA and the FDCPA. I will not tolerate this bullshit. I am a litigious consumer. I will not hesitate to take legal action and sue you. Yes, you heard me correctly. I will sue you for infringement on my right to privacy for advertising this alleged debt on my consumer report that I do not owe, and you have no lawful or legal right to collect on. Show me the agreement and or personal responsibility contract. Where is the contract? Where is the contract? So child support or Title 4D is contractual law, and there must be an agreement where the non-custodial parent is enrolled in the program. How did the non-custodial parent get in the program? How? How did the non-custodial parent get enrolled in the program? Where's the contract? Who used the information? Who used the non-custodial parent information? No, the contract, if they're saying you have a legal obligation, what created the obligation? Where is the contract that created that obligation? Where is it? So then I go further to say, when and where did I enroll in this program? Send me the contract bearing my endorsement, my signature between your first name and your last name, and the head of the Child Support Agency or DHHS. So what you need to do is look up whoever that person is, and then you put their name in there. Legal duty, an obligation arising from contract of the parties or the operation of law. Riddle versus Vent. This is a case law. No contract, no legal duty. It is unlawful for the advertisement of any debt to coerce payment. Stop harassing me. My mental health is on the brink of exploding. You have caused me severe harm and anxiety. 15 USC 1692D, harassment or abuse, the advertisement of any sale or debt to coerce payment. That is what they are doing. Your offenses amount to aggravated identity theft, person 18 USC 1028A and 15 USC 1681Q. You have knowingly transferred, possessed, or used without lawful authority a means of identification of me, which is a felony punishable up to 2 years of imprisonment in addition to civil liability. I am writing this letter to dispute the account. Fill in the accounts you want to put, so put the accounts there, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you want this child support letter, I want you to text the word child support. Text the word child support to 917-810-3329. If you are in Clubhouse, just click the link at the top. You can get access to the letter. It is a child support deletion letter. This letter does not get sent to the Consumer Reporting Agency. It gets sent straight to the Child Support Agency. So you're sending the letter straight to the Child Support Agency. You are not sending it to the Consumer Reporting Agencies. I'm going to say it one more time. The child support deletion letter is being sent straight to the Child Support Agency. Whoever put it on your report. If you go on your credit report, you're going to see the name of the company. And if you go all the way to the bottom, you're going to see the name of the agency and the address. That is how you get their address. Send the letter to the Child Support Agency. That is all. If you need the child support letter, I'm going to say it one more time. I got to go. 917-810-3329. That is where you text child support. So text child support to 917-810-3329 to get a copy of the child support letter. And for those of you who want to join the university, and I know you got denied, I know you don't have all the money to join and study with me, we will meet 2 days a week. We're going to meet Sunday and we're meeting Monday. 2 calls per week. You're going to meet with me the same way we're issuing here. We have a payment plan. So with the payment plan, I want you to text payment plan. Have issue with payment plan. Rascott, DM me, let me know what's going on. Text the word payment plan. Text payment plan to 917-810-3329, and we'll get you set up on a payment plan to join the university. So text 810-3329. You're texting me payment plan. Ross Scott, let me also give you my email so you can email me. So whatever issue you're having, we can get it resolved. So text the word payment plan to 917-810-3329. If you want to be a part of the university, you don't have all the money, you want me to do a payment plan, I can do it. Let me just give this guy my email real quick. So any issues he's having, he can send it so my team can get on it. All right, boom. So Ross Scott, I just put my email in there, contact@doraindelevante.com. That is my email. Bang my email. Whatever difficulties you're experiencing, let me know. Send it so the team can get it done, so the team can get you set up. What's going on, Seven? What's going on? So that is it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go, just one more time. Anybody that wants the I'm sorry, the payment plan. The payment plan is ready. It's ready to go. Text the word payment plan to 917-810-3329. We will get you set up on a payment plan. All right? 910 8 I'm sorry. 917-810-3329. Let's get you on the payment plan. And if you need the child support letter that I just went over, text the word child support. Text the word child support to 917-810-3329. If you need that child support letter, text the word child support to 917-810-3329. What do I do? What do you do? I teach consumer law. I teach people how to repair, rebuild, and restore their own credit using consumer law. What is this for? Well, we discussed a lot of things. You got to be more specific of what you mean when you say, what is this for? So for everyone in Clubhouse, I need you guys to have a great night. Go over the information, study. Let's get these child support deleted. It's been good. It's from your favorite island boy. So let's go, all right? I'll talk to y'all later. Let's go. All right. YouTube, it has been amazing as always. I hope you guys go over the live. You're going to have it. It's going to be on the channel as soon as I end the stream. Go over it. IG, this live will be also posted on the Instagram profile. So we'll get that going. Yes, so everyone have an amazing night from your favorite island boy. I'll see you next week. Stay tuned. I will announce what we will cover next week. I haven't thought of it yet. No, I'm lying. Next week I will be away. I have I'll be at a conference in Atlanta. It's called Invest Fest. So there won't be any live. Well, there'll be a live, but it's not this type of live. I'll go live at 5, but you guys will see us at the Invest Fest conference in Atlanta. So it won't be a lecture. Next week, we won't have a lecture. Next week, we will only be streaming. So you will be able to see us in Atlanta. If you guys are there in Atlanta, definitely show up. We will be there in the vendor spot. Come get your consumer law merch. We will be there. And we will have the Iced Out CEO jewelry on sale as well. So make sure you guys are there. I will see you guys very soon. We will be in Atlanta at Invest Fest. Y'all come through, show some love, and let's get going. So everyone have an amazing night.